Chapter 332, The world is so vast, but where is home? Song Shi was still brooding over this person. If Song Hu had not abandoned the Zhang family's daughter, he would not have created an enemy, Haiduzi. It had only been a few years, but this guy had actually colluded with a demoness of the demonic sect again. This time, he was really going to exterminate his clan. That was enough. His cold words immediately dissipated Song Hu's feeling of having survived a calamity. He begged, "Seventh brother, I was wrong. No matter what, we're still family. You have no right to tell me this." Song Shi sneered. "The hundreds of lives in the Song family were lost because of your love affairs. I'm already giving my father face by not killing you. No, seventh brother, I really didn't do it on purpose. I learned from some sources that the demonic sect was going to attack Jinzhou. I wanted to build a good relationship with the demonic sect in advance so that I could leave a way out. Who knew that the demoness was playing with me and tricked me to come here to feed those monsters?" Song Hu hurriedly explained. The more he spoke, the angrier he became. "Yes, it's all someone else's fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Back then, when you abandoned your wife and son, it was also someone else's fault, right?" Song Shi mocked. "It's true that I was in the wrong, but I was doing it for my future and my family. Back then, Miss Li was interested in me. The Li family is both powerful and a cultivation family. Just a casual help could turn my Song family from a noble family to an aristocratic family. Who would have thought?" "Hey Emph!" Song Shi waved his hand and sent Song Hu flying with a slap. "There are many things in this world that you can't control. When have you ever been a good human? You claim to be a member of the family, but I don't see you bringing any benefits. Instead, everything you brought has been a disaster. I, Song Shi, have no interest in letting you go back and continue exterminating your clan. You can fend for yourself in Jinzhou." Swoosh! Song Shi left with the others. Song Hu was covered in dust from the fall. When he got up, he could no longer see anyone. He was furious. "What did I do wrong? If I succeed, won't the Song family have a chance to soar?" No one answered him. The surrounding darkness instantly engulfed him, scaring him so much that he was immediately speechless. Seventh son, actually, Song Hu. In the ball of light, Song Wan had just had time to mediate. "If you want to follow him, he'll put you down." Song Shi's retort immediately silenced Song Wan. "As for you," Song Shi glanced at her, "for the sake of that child, I'll give you a chance. If you cause trouble again, I won't interfere." Song Jia pursed her lips and did not dare to speak. Back then, Song Shi had already slapped her. Now that he was even more capable, she did not dare to make a scene again. "Elder Kin, back then, you taught me a small divine power. I, Song Shi, will repay you." Song Shi moved his fingers and a storage ring flew out. "This is for you. There are some resources inside." "Young master, you're too kind." Elder Kin took it in surprise. Seeing that Elder Kin was the only one who was not rebuked, Song Wan sighed. He knew that his son was clear about gratitude and grudges. Whoever treated him well, he would treat well. Coincidentally, this seventh son had not been well liked in the Song family since they were young. Fortunately, he was nostalgic and did not let him be bullied too much. Otherwise, he might not even care about his father today. Song Shi took a step forward and activated divine teleportation footwork. With the three of them, their speed was too slow. Song Shi estimated that it would take a lot of time. He raised his hand and flung it, taking out the cloud-breaking flying ship that he usually used. The flying ship quickly expanded to its normal size, and Song Shi landed with the three of them. After a while, Song Wan Kai asked, "Seventh son, will Song Hu be in danger in the wilderness? He has some cultivation. If he dies here, then let him die." Song Shi's expression was indifferent from today onwards, regardless of whether he dies or not. He is not allowed to return to the Song family in Silken City. Remember this. Song Wan nodded. "I understand. In the future, the Song family will be in your hands. You can arrange whatever you want." Song Wan was very straightforward. Now, he was no longer suitable to care about the Song family. Only whoever had the ability is qualified to care. Not to mention that his son's ability was unbelievably high. What else did he have to hesitate about? I'm not interested in caring about the Song family. Let Old Fourth do it. Song Shi shook his head. I'm from the immortal world. I won't stay in this world for long. Saving you today is only to repay the kindness of raising me for 18 years. His words were a little cold. He looked like he was trying to fool them, but this time he had mixed feelings. He knew he had to leave them eventually. He would leave when he reached the soul transformation realm. Even if he didn't leave, could he still stay in the Song family? He had been unhappy since he was young. Now that his status and cultivation were high, it was even more impossible for his father and the others to interact with him normally. He knew that whether it was in the past or now, he could never integrate into this family. Thinking of this, he could not help but feel disappointed. Where was home in the vastness of the world? Song Shi looked at the night sky, where the stars were shining. When he first saw the night sky in this world, he felt this feeling, and it was still the same. This kind of difficulty in finding a place to entrust his soul to was actually the most uncomfortable for him, especially now that he could not die and did not lack anything. Sometimes he was quite troubled by this matter. If I'm strong enough, I should be able to return to my real hometown, right? Anticipation appeared in Song Shi's eyes. Since his soul could come to this world, as long as he had the ability, he should be able to return. I must be strong enough. The thought that had always been in his heart became clear at this moment, and he was exceptionally determined. From today onwards, he no longer owed anything to this world. It was time for him to find his home and his true hometown. Song Wan looked at his son's back and suddenly felt that Song Shi, who used to be close to him, was gradually becoming distant. He was stunned for a moment before nodding. Fourth brother is fine too. He's much more honest and stable than third brother. He's suitable to be the next family head. In the future, if the Song family wants to prosper, they have to rely on their own hard work and not rely on the powerful and influential. They have to be honest and don't do things that harm others for their own benefit. There are countless opportunities in this world that can affect anybody. Sometimes, you don't even know if the person you offend will make a comeback or if it will be a ruthless character like Haiduzi. Song Shi said, if you all fall into danger because of these things again, I won't care anymore. We know, we've suffered twice. There are some things we have understood. Song Wan smiled bitterly. It'll take you to see someone later. Song Shi returned to business. My wife is also somewhat related to your doing. Me? Song Wan didn't understand. You'll see when we get back. Song Shi smiled and injected his nomological power into the flying ship, producing a sonic boom. In the wee hours of the morning, the group returned to the back restaurant. Perhaps because they were too tired, Song Wan had already fallen asleep. Song Shi took a look and waved his hand, scattering a golden light. Pure nomological power flowed around his body and underwent a meridian cleansing. Song Wan slept even more soundly. Song Shi waved his hand and the window of a room opened. Song Wan was sent to the bed to sleep. Elder Qin and Song Jia were martial arts practitioners. Their bodies were stronger and they did not fall asleep. They only looked tired. Your daughter is in that room, Elder Qin, come with me. The entire restaurant had already been booked by him. Song Shi casually turned to an empty space in the restaurant and stopped. He raised his hand and pointed to a spot for Song Jia before bringing Elder Qin to another room. Song Jia's eyes were slightly red as she bowed to Song Shi. Thank you. She did not receive a response. When she looked up, Song Shi was already gone.